Hey guys, welcome to the Heat with Keats. I'm your host, Nikita Russell. I have a very special guest here today, Dimitri. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Nikita?
I'm good. Thanks for coming. I'm very happy to see you. I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you.
So welcome. I want you to just introduce yourself to the listeners and tell us a little bit about what you do.
All right, so my name is Dimitri Munroe. I am a model, up-and-coming model in Toronto. But I don't just consider myself a model. I consider myself an artist because we're all art, and that's what we do. We just create. So we create more art. So we're all artists in ourselves. So I'm more than just a model. I dibble-dabble in design, artistry, drawing, and singing and songwriting. But overall, right now, that's what I do. So that's
Fantastic.
me.
I like the confidence and the passion in your voice. I appreciate it. So I've been watching your posts and your modeling work. It's very detailed. You have your own style going. It looks like you know what you want out of the modeling game. When did you start getting into modeling? What age? And what sparked your inspiration to be in this industry?
All right, so I started getting into modeling around 19, 20. So about a year ago. So what really got me into it is, for one, I just got scouted by an agency. And I was like, let me just try this out. Then it started making me money. So I'm like, wow, it's making me money. And I get to, in a way, showcase and become the clothes I wear. So it helps. It's kind of like acting in an art form where you just become the clothes you wear and you're able to showcase and represent that designer's particular style and desire towards that show. Yeah, and vision overall. So it's been good.
Excellent. So you said you got scouted.
Yeah.
Right? Now, a lot of models, their dream is to attract as many booking agents as possible. It seems like that came very natural to you. Like, did you have to do anything, or did they literally just approach you? And how did they approach you?
So literally just saw me, cause I'm a fashionable guy. I like to dress up as well. But they literally just saw me the way I was walking and how I carried myself, because I like to carry myself with high regard. I'm a king, maybe it's a Leo thing, but I carry myself with high regard and I move. So they just were attracted to that energy, that confidence. And when you know you look good. So they'll see it. It'll showcase internally and externally. So that's what they saw.
You speak very profoundly for a 21-year-old.
Thank you.
And that's impressive. That's gonna get you in the doors of some very highly powerful people. You keep going. And you said that you were a Leo?
Yeah.
Can you guess what I am?
Water sign, am I right?
I'm not sure if I'm a water sign.
Aquarius?
No.
Pisces?
Close, but no.
Close?
I'm hard-headed. I'm a bull.
Oh, Taurus.
Yes.
Okay.
Taurus. Yes. So name me a photo shoot, a sponsorship, or a client that you've been booked for that you're the most proud of so far.
All right. For one, there was this skincare brand specifically. They're based in LA. And I remember you were talking about you wanted to go to California. So
yes.
That's funny how
yes.
everything works out. But they're a West Coast brand and came here and they focus very on natural skincare products. And I'm a person who's about health and wealth and natural stuff being in my body because I'm a vegetarian. So
really?
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian. So I like working for that brand and then hearing about the creator and her ideas behind this brand, the skincare brand, it really helped focus on when you're modeling it, you're modeling more than just for you, you're modeling for that person. Because they was really passionate about it and they're helping to bring like more natural skincare products on the market.
Skincare?
Yeah, more natural and less chemicals, because a lot of skincare products are very chemical nowadays. Yeah, non-organic, and a lot of them aren't catered towards people of color, for example. And that one was specifically catered towards people of color as well.
Okay.
So it was good.
So that was appealing to you.
Yeah, it was appealing to me.
So you're the most proud of that, and that's good because that one has a good message. So organic. Did you get to travel to LA for that?
Not necessarily. They just came here.
They came to
Yeah, they came here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull up some in post edit. I'm gonna pull up a picture from that photo shoot so you guys can see that. That's excellent. Is there any other ones that you're proud of that you've done so far?
I got to work with Harry Rosen, some brands like that, or even Chanel. Like it was good a lot, but I'm more proud of the brands that like are more catered to. Because I'm a person of color myself. Yeah. And I love brands that are like very outspoken on bringing more incorporation instead of excluding others.
Okay.
So that's what.
Okay, that's interesting. So I know you talked a bit about yourself and what you do, but let's do a dive into your background a little bit. So I can hear this accent. You want to tell people where you're from?
Well, I'm from Jamaica, 876. Born and raised, and I came here when I was like 9 or 10. So you can hear the accent that come out right now, but that's just me. And I'm from Portmore, St. Catharines, and I came to this cool country with more opportunities though.
Yes, yes. And did you come with your family, or did you come here for like your modeling and your school aspirations?
I was younger though, but I came with my family, and then modeling just came right along. So, and what's funny is there's a lot of famous Jamaican models.
There is. There's a lot of famous Jamaicans all over actually for many things, including music. That's excellent. I'm from South Africa, so I was born in South Africa. So I understand what it's like to come here when you're young for more opportunities. For me, from the side of music, for sure. And I know it's cold here, but do you miss home? Like, do you want to, like, I know we all miss home. Like, the winters are harsh. I know you're happy to be here and stuff, but do you obviously miss back home? You want to be back on the island, right? Yeah, I miss
the food.
Me too.
The food is just, I can't go to any Jamaican restaurant here. I just
really? But I think Toronto has a very strong Jamaican community, and their food is like almost a little like.
But it'll never compare though. It'll never compare to back
I take
home.
your word.
Trust me, if you go, you'll taste the difference.
Can you give me an example? So I like Rasta Pasta on Kensington in Kensington Market, and a couple of other places like the Real Jerk.
Jerk chicken in Jamaica, where like how it's made, especially like if it's on the streets, and then they're like you'll find like anywhere you go in Jamaica, you're driving it, and people are just jerking chicken on the side of the street with some bread. Trust me, you taste that.
Oh, I want some right now.
It's a different.
We have to get some after.
Yes, get some. Trust me.
But so if you're so you're vegetarian. So do you miss that, or you weren't vegetarian your whole life?
I wasn't vegetarian my whole life. I decided to make the transition during high school. But sometimes I do. But I know how to cook, so I know how to find other options other than eating meat all the time, and I generally just feel lighter, to be honest. So.
That's good, especially for the physique that you need for this modeling game. Like, are you like talking about that? Because you're into health, you're into organic skincare, so you obviously care what you put into your body, right? Are you into fitness as well? Are you working out for your physique?
I
work
tell
out.
Us about that. So I do boxing as well. So I do boxing training. Very good in that. That's very good for especially cardio. That's excellent, and especially building your core.
Right.
Boxing is excellent for that, and it builds a discipline in general. But I also do calisthenic workouts.
Gotcha.
So pull-ups, push-ups. I run a lot. I sometimes use weighted things, but
amazing.
Majority of the reason why my body, because if you even go on my Instagram, Dimitri.Munroe, by the way, you'll see that majority of the reason I don't need to work out a lot, because it is majority like my metabolism is very fast. I'm young, so my metabolism is very fast.
Okay, yeah.
But I just like to
Genetics, I think, plays a role a little bit.
Plays a role. But working out for that discipline helps build you even more on that mentality of your willpower.
Your character.
So
yeah, the discipline is definitely needed, because you are literally, your body is going to be the canvas for some of these high-end clientele. They're going to put their clothes on you. And you've done runway. I've seen you do runway. Can you tell me, in this modeling business so far, what have you done that you find is more enjoyable for you? Like, do you enjoy the photo shoots more, or do you like the runway more? Like, what do you enjoy yourself doing?
I enjoy the photo shoots, the editorial aspects, like modeling for clothes, because you can do more creative stuff.
Especially in post-edit. Yeah,
especially that. But when it comes, I enjoy runway as well. It's like you're giving 10 seconds to act and feel the clothes and showcase what that designer wants in just your walk alone and drawing attention. But runway is more for that ego. I notice it more fuels your ego.
Can you explain that? Because I know that runway for men and women is like, there's a high expectation. There's a certain way you walk. There's a certain stare you give. So yeah, explain that to me. What is the part of the explain the whole ego thing with that?
Okay, so reason I say ego in a sense is when you're walking runway, it's more like you're drawing attention. So you have to kind of tap in to that kind of narcissism in a sense, like, hey, I look good and I know it, so I want to show people that I look good wearing these clothes, but also move confidently in my walk. So in runway, especially high fives, they want you to like stand up straight, walk with your legs toe to toe, but walk in a way that attention is being drawn towards you and towards that clothes.
Well, so you're kind of like absorbing the audience, and you can feel the gaze of their eyes. They're looking at you and the outfit that you're modeling. And like, I think that works for you also because you're a Leo. You're commanding the room, and you and I understand that because of being on stage as a singer is the same thing. It's not like total narcissism. It's like, oh, I'm sharing this with you, and I want you to see.
Indeed, yeah. Just like that. And you're given, whether it be a minute, 2 minutes, because a runway, it's not that long to walk.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, it's quick. But you're given that time to really command that energy in the room and have people look at you and look at the clothes and the way you're wearing it.
You are the product. You're modeling the product, right? So you're basically also a salesperson when you're on that stage. What are the fashion shows the runway fashion shows you've done lately?
I've done one for Fashion Art Toronto.
Okay, I seen that one.
Yeah, recently I done one for the Toronto Fashion Experience, and
nice.
Might be doing one for Runway TO as of now, but they're still setting it up, so I'll hear back from like next week.
I could see you doing like New York Fashion Week. I could see you doing UK Fashion Week.
I've actually been to New York. Actually,
yes, yeah. So tell us about your experience in New York City.
New York City we talked about this a little bit before. Yeah. New York City is a different type of energy. Their energy is different. They can't be replicated. It's literally the hub. They get everything first. But the people is what makes the city. And one thing I notice is if they like you, they'll like you. If they don't like you, they'll tell you. They'll make it known. They're very blunt. And
New Yorkers are like that. New York culture is like that. But there's loyalty with that too.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to business connections like that. Because I even went there, even for the shows I wasn't doing anything for. I got into the fashion shows.
Really? While you were there? Wow.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, why aren't you in the back? Like, wow. So they're like,
you blended.
Like, okay. And then I got a free fashion show. It's so funny. But
that's how it works. So you push you get yourself into these
these high status, high value places, and then you build your network and you build the respect of your peers that way, and then that's how you elevate in the space that you want to excel in, which is in modeling and fashion. What is like a note? I know there's a lot of differences, but what is a noticeable difference? I know you said attitude is one thing between New York City and Toronto's modeling industry.
New York City's modeling industry is just bigger in a sense, and it's more opportunities, more finance, more money towards that, and it's in the center, because New York City, I like to call it like the heart. It's not Washington. I like to call New York City kind of like the heart, the hub.
Yeah, the hub of the U.S.
Yeah, of the U.S. And they get everything, like from fashion to clothes. And I made a lot of, even some of my model friends, some of them are on billboards in New York City in the Times Square and everything.
That's amazing.
And that's where I'm saying compares to Toronto. Toronto is just getting started. Toronto has a lot of talent, especially in the music.
Yeah. We're good, yeah.
Yes. But it's just that we're not... Everything is too cliquey in a sense.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, let's move in a group, let's get each other on. But when you could be putting everyone on. In New York, everyone's trying to put everyone on. Everyone's trying to connect. Everyone's trying to grow.
Yeah, the mindset is like bigger picture.
Yeah, bigger picture. Let's go, let's work. Here in Toronto, it's very small and cliquey.
It is a smaller city with only like 2 million people, and like New York has way more. I agree with that though. Like when you say like New York gets like I guess all the trends and like all the like some of the best fashion designers and like some of the like exclusive stuff first. I also think that it starts in Europe though, don't you think? Like I think the UK is a little bit ahead of maybe the West here because like I think fashion is just like, Paris. That's all I think about is Paris. But I think here in like North America, definitely New York, number one. But would you be down to travel to Europe for fashion?
Of course. Yeah. Especially South Africa, where you're from. Yeah. It's very good. UK, I actually have cousins in the UK, so I plan to make a trip over there as well. Yeah. But yeah, UK, South Africa, even Japan.
Japan's next level.
Yeah, Japan is next level
for many things. They're very inclusive. I love wow. Oh my God, Japan would be amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, this is very interesting to me because like modeling is like a love of mine. Like I started modeling as a kid. Like I did child modeling, like print work, commercial work in South Africa. Well, my parents put me in that, and I hated it because I didn't want to do the runway stuff and like do the classes and everything because I was just like attention deficit. But now as an adult, when I came to Toronto, I love like modeling. Like I started to enjoy it, to picking your outfits. Have you designed and launched any of your own photo shoots where you got to pick the outfits and do everything and be creative director, or is that something you would be like to do in the future, or have you done it before?
I like that question because not necessarily I've designed and picked, but I've usually when I'm working with people, they always ask the model's opinion, like, oh, what do you think? Because a model knows what looks good.
Yeah.
What looks good on them and what doesn't. So they'll usually ask, and then I'll kind of creatively guide and direct and say, hey, maybe this color looks good with this, add that, you this. And then it's kind of like a teamwork, working together, and it's creating like an art.
It's a glam squad and a team. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So I definitely love to go even deeper into that creative art direction side of things, but yeah, I've only dibbled and dabbled.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. And have you collaborated with any musicians where like maybe a rapper or an artist said, hey, can you be in my video because you're a model?
Oh, yeah, a lot. You
probably get a lot of DMs like, can you be in my music video?
Even one right now that I forgot her name, but she I'm still waiting to hear back from her. She told me her manager would reach out to me.
Any famous people?
Any famous people? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's coming though.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wouldn't it be sick if like Rihanna started doing music and then she messaged you and said, "Can you be in my music video?"
Definitely.
Or her Fenty fashion show. That would be even more sick.
Bro, I'm definitely
That would
working.
be so dope.
Yes.
And she's from the Caribbean too.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Riri, if you ever watch this, please put him on.
Put me on.
I like this question gets a little bit more serious. So what do you think is what do you think? I keep always saying that in my previous podcast. What is the biggest challenge that you find yourself having to deal with in this business as an ethnic model?
A lot. This is a very good question because a lot of things in the industry, like, you know what, like beauty standard is in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the beauty standard within this industry is catered towards Eurocentric.
It has been for
looking,
like decades, yeah.
And it's changing right now, but it's still little bits of it, of that Eurocentric, of that favoritism due to the way humans are socialized. Because we lived in a colonial society in that sense, and humans are kind of psychologically socialized to look at the Eurocentric side of beauty standards. Even in Disney movies, you see all the princesses, they're all blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. That's the quintessential beauty standard. There's still bits and pieces of that within the industry, but I like that it's changing.
Me too.
In a sense, and it's growing and getting even better and being more inclusive, because beauty is everywhere.
Well, I mean, God is the creator of beauty, right? It's not, some director in some boardroom somewhere in some high rise that decides what's beautiful. I think beauty is related to health. And I like this topic because something I struggled with insecurity wise is like, I'm Indian. So my background is India. And in India, there's a lot of, competition with Bollywood. And when it comes to fair skin and dark skin and the whole like caste system thing. And growing up, I always used to get confused because I wouldn't really see an Indian girl doing like music, like English music. And I didn't really see an Indian girl be a supermodel on a Victoria's Secret runway either. And that like can affect you because it's like, oh, well, maybe they won't pick me. Maybe I can't do media or entertainment or modeling. Right. And I think little girls, like little kids right now, I don't think when they look at TV or if they watch Disney, I don't think that they're going to feel necessarily like the way that like the older generation. So I'm happy about those changes. But do you relate to that at all? Like growing up and not seeing as many people with your skin tone represented in commercials and things? Yeah,
it was because even growing up here and coming here, I've come from Jamaica. It's a very black country.
Yeah, of
So
course.
coming here and then not necessarily seeing a lot of representation of beauty standard when it comes to black men or black women in that sense. And it was hard, like, because you can develop a lot of like insecurities within yourself, like
it's tough as a model, man.
Especially. But as I got older, like especially in my high school, and I grow into myself, I kind of noticed like this is just society and this is not me.
Yeah, because like you said, there's beauty everywhere, right? There can be a beautiful Chinese model. There can be a beautiful Korean model, Indian, Sri Lankan, African, whatever it is. And like, I think it is changing. I would just like it to stay, like where our beauty standard is pegged to health. So like, healthy eating, taking care of your skin, taking care of your hair, taking care of your teeth, working out. I think that should also be included in the standard of beauty. But the modeling industry is highly, highly competitive. And do you notice yourself having to, like, do you still feel like a minority when you're competing for gigs? Or do you feel like you're starting to be given a fair chance?
Modeling industry can be different when it comes to, let's just say, male models versus female models.
Yeah.
In a sense, because
We'll get into that.
yeah, but I don't notice it
That's
as
good.
much anymore
good.
due to it changing, but there are still those bits and pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you brought up a good point that I wanted to get into. There's a huge difference between female and male modeling. Obviously, women are hypersexualized in the modeling industry. You don't feel like that they're doing that to you as much because you're a man?
Yeah, not necessarily. They'll still do it.
Yeah.
A little bit, but when it comes to woman sex sells, it's unfortunate. But a lot of women, they get very hypersexualized in the modeling industry.
Yeah, especially for lingerie, underwear, bikini modeling, all that type of stuff. Is there I haven't researched this, so I'd like to ask you, is there a pay gap when it comes to male and female modeling?
Oh yeah, female models will get paid vastly more.
Really?
But that's due to them getting even more jobs as well, because
they're getting casted more.
Yeah, they're getting casted more. Yeah.
That makes sense. And there's also more makeup companies that are going to want, I guess. But no, men are doing makeup now. Men are going into makeup. There's a huge Jeffree Star. There's a huge community of like males doing makeup now as well. Would you go to a photo shoot, and if they wanted to do makeup and stuff like that, would you be open to that?
Depends on how much I'm getting paid,
to
be honest.
Okay,
but they usually don't really like to do makeup on me, just because my skin is already like clear.
Yeah.
All the time, even for photo shoots, they're usually like, "Oh, you don't really need much. No, you're good."
The one thing that I was gonna say, we were all sitting here watching, I think Versace's Men fashion week. I forget. It was 2021, and like the one thing I'll say is I really love to see dark skinned black men. Because the skin tone, I feel like, first of all, number one, it's incredible on stage. It looks amazing. It pops. Second, the clothing on like a darker skin model, it just pops to me. Like, I don't know why darker skin wasn't, more appreciated before. But I was talking specifically with male modeling. A lot of male models get casted for these shows, like the darker skin male models. Light skin male models look good too, and white models, all models look good. But the darker skin, like your skin tone, with the super like very shaved like really good like skeletal features and stuff, just strong jawline. I think that's what sells suits very well. Like different textures, you can model different textures. It just looks absolutely amazing, and that's why I think you're gonna get booked for a lot of stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I really want to see you on one of those big fashion show weeks.
You will. It's already manifested. You
Definitely.
will, trust me.
But yeah, that's something that we notice. Like, I don't know if anyone else notices that, if you agree. That.
Yeah, I honestly agree with that, and yeah, like you said, you don't know why, but that's obviously like probably due to it's just the socialization of colonialism.
Exactly. Like that kind of ruined everything. You know what I mean?
When beauty is everywhere, it truly is. It's within everyone. Yeah. In a sense, and people just have to kind of get out of their cognitive dissonance in a sense and just fully look at themselves, recognize you're beautiful too. Yeah. So,
exactly. Yeah. Good words. What is your ultimate goal with modeling, and what would you like to do next in your career? What's next for you?
My ultimate goal, I've already gotten into some magazines, but I want to be Vogue.
Of course. Yes. That's the
Vogue,
big one.
Everyone.
Why is Vogue so big for that? Why is it the ultimate, like, if you did Vogue, you made it? Like, why is that? It's
like a little, how can I say it? How can you say this? It's like it's like bragging rights. Like
bragging rights, gotcha.
Like, I was on Vogue. Oh, damn, really? Like that type of energy, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just the name behind it. It's
even the Vogue. Drake lyric, like, don't tell me that you model if you ain't been in Vogue.
Yes, even the Drake. Like, once I get on that, just gonna post on Instagram with those lyrics. Yeah. Like right there.
Is there Vogue Canada, or is it? There's Vogue for every country, right?
Yeah, but I feel like It's more bigger in the States.
Yeah,
in a
me
sense.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you can get like some sort of contractual work and get over there, which I think is very, very possible. So what would you like to do? Like, I know you're doing modeling now. You're focused on that. Is there any other area of this industry that you'd like to get into, whether it be like, you know, acting, music? You said in the beginning of this you want to identify as an artist. So what other things in this entertainment industry would you like to dabble in?
Acting for sure, dips and dabbles in that, but music, because I grew up listening to music all, like, even being at the radio as a kid. I'd never go outside. I'd be at the radio, just
Oh,
tune
really?
in
Aw.
and just listen to me. I like music is something definitely I'm going to be going into as well, and even fashion design
Yeah.
along those lines. So
They all align, right?
yeah, everything works together because it's just art in a
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. And
Yeah.
it's a vehicle for you to, you're a vessel for all of your, if you want, you know, to express yourself, like entertainment is the best way to do it. Music, art, even drawing. So with music, what are you going to sing, rap, produce? Like, what's something that you
Definitely
inspire
sing.
for?
Sing, yeah.
Oh, wow. I want to hear you sing.
Not right now though.
I definitely want to hear that.
But
We got to hear that one day.
you will, and it's gonna be good. I've written a whole bunch of songs, so
That's awesome.
just waiting to record and everything. So
singer songwriter artist.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many opportunities. We live in such an amazing, blessed time where the internet is at our fingertips, and you can literally put out any project and go viral. You never know, right? So if you dabble in music, like this, I'm very, very like excited for you because you're doing multiple things. So my next question, we kind of talked about this a little earlier, but I wanted to go into depth with it. Have you traveled for fashion modeling lately? And is there a particular city that you'd like to travel to for work besides New York City?
Not lately. This year I haven't traveled as of yet, but one particular city that I definitely love to work, and I think I mentioned this, is Japan.
Yeah.
Japan. It's different. Even being there just to go sightseeing and just seeing the history behind the city.
Culture shock.
Yeah, I really want to go to Japan, and their fashion is different.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
it's because everyone can express themselves. Like when you walk down Tokyo, and walk it down the street in Tokyo, literally you can find any type of ensemble and no one judges. Like, it's a very, very liberating environment. I don't even know how it would react in that environment. I think you would definitely do well. So that's good. So you haven't traveled lately, but Japan is in your passport aspirations. What can we expect of you in the next coming months for the summer? Like modeling shoots, runway shoots, anything that our supporters can support you with?
Definitely runway and model shoots for sure with different brands. I can't speak on it right now.
Obviously don't say names.
Because you always have to.
Yeah.
Because Evil Eye is real, but at the end of the day, you always have to let it flow.
Yeah.
For yourself. But overall, definitely love the support from you guys. You guys already know my IG is Dimitri.Munroe, so you can definitely follow me there. But overall, everything works in divine timing, and I know everything will come. So
I just have to ask this because you mentioned it. You mentioned Evil Eye. So are you a spiritual person?
Yeah, I'm a very spiritual person.
Okay.
So I believe everyone is connected in a sense. I still believe in a creator, of course, but that creator is still within each and everyone. That's why I say we're all art in that sense.
Yeah.
And we're just creating.
So it's very important for you to protect your energy. Is there any advice for any young models or artists out there that might be struggling with insecurities? Anything that you can say to them to ease their mind that they can do this, they can achieve their dreams?
One thing I'd love to say to you guys is do not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I'm not sure if you guys know where that quote is from, but it's from Dune. Do not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Because fear is the one thing that prevents you from becoming your best self, and it prevents you from becoming who you're meant to be. In that sense, prevents you from doing work, prevents you from pushing out work, applying to this agency, writing this song, afraid to sing this song in front of this crowd. Fear operates you and puts you in control, and fear, in a sense, prevents you from being you. So do not fear. Fear is the mind killer. And just move with confidence, move like a king. Even if you mess up, don't be afraid to fall. You get right back up. Like Nikita said, we live in internet age. So use that to your opportunity. Use every opportunity you can. Push yourself out. Be known. Be shown. Show yourself and don't fear. So, yeah.
Very, very good words. Actually, I can take some of that as good advice. That's very good. Okay, so I know you plugged your socials. What I wanted to do, though, was just get you to do an outro for the podcast. But yeah, you can cut that part out. But yeah, so everyone, this is Dimitri. Thank you so much for coming all the way to the podcast. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed our discussion today. I hope you come back.
Of course.
And I wish you good luck for all of your aspirations and what you're working on for the summer.
Of course.
So just one more time, just tell them where they can find you online.
All right. So you guys can find me at Instagram. So my Instagram is at Dimitri, Dimitri .n Munroe. So NMUNROE. So that's Dimitri.n Munroe. Again, thank you. Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you so much. Peace.
Peace. Hey guys, this is Dimitri. You're listening to the Heat with Keats podcast. Please subscribe for more.